New at 11, a massive march for change. A huge crowd of residents took over Aurora Avenue this evening, fed up with crime in their neighborhood. So glad you're with us. Hi, everybody. I'm Michelle Esteban. This evening, residents, businesses, even some city leaders march for change, and they demand action in the wake of recent violence. Violence they say they have been dealing with off and on for 2 whole years. KOMO's Tyler Cunnington has been tracking this story for us. He joins me now live with more. Tyler.
Well, Michelle, there were a few hundred people in attendance marching tonight, all of them just so sick and tired of the recent shootings, and they say a lot of that is stemmed from human trafficking, sex trafficking that happens here along the avenue, and the gun violence that then happens as a result of it spilling into their neighborhoods. What that looks like is just a few examples is a father saying a bullet went into his weeks-old infant's bedroom. Other people's homes hit by gunfire, their vehicles as well. Now, there were both current and former city council members in attendance tonight, as well as the city attorney, Erica Evans, and the King County prosecuting attorney. I saw all of those people speaking with residents who have those concerns tonight. But what many people were frustrated about was not seeing the mayor, Katie Wilson, here herself.
And I think it's unfortunate that she's not able to be here, but I think the message needs to be to her office that we're ready to see a concrete action plan.
We're really out here demanding action. It's as simple as that, from King County, from the city of Seattle, and from the state at this point, because it's really scary.
We're still awaiting a response from the mayor's office on her absence tonight. Meanwhile, here's a look at that crowd streaming down Aurora Avenue with the help of an SPD escort. Many cars passing by, honking in support of the signs and the large banner that was out front of the group. Now, prior to marching, that large group of people gathered here near the pedestrian bridge at 102nd Street, passionately airing out their experiences with the gun violence recently and their frustrations with city leadership, demanding for safety within their neighborhoods before those very elected officials I mentioned earlier. That includes City Councilman Bob Kettle, who is the Public Safety Committee chair. We asked him some of the main questions that we've heard from residents beforehand. A lot of people talk about how just blocks away there is the police precinct, but then having these things happening so close to them, what does the work look like with SPD to try to improve the situation here?
You know, this goes to like one of the key elements of the work that we've been doing over the last couple of years is increased SPD staffing. It is so key. We have to reach our goal, 1,258 officers by the end of the year. We need to keep this momentum. But you know why? Because this allows to bring the detectives out of the patrol, letting them do the work that's needed to really take care of these networks.
Kettle called what people have been dealing with here unacceptable. He spoke for several minutes over the microphone to all of that crowd. He said the city's been treading water trying to address Aurora's problems in the recent years. He adds that he's working with Councilmember Deborah Juarez on drafting legislation. She represents this very area. He adds that it will take a cohesive effort by prosecutors, the county, and even the state to make real progress on sex trafficking in this corridor. Now, the King County Prosecutor's Office says that they have testified in Olympia for the last 2 years to try to get a bill passed that would upgrade patronizing prostitution for many of these women who are trafficking victims or are underage altogether from a misdemeanor to a felony, but that bill died in its committee this past session. They say they'll be back at it again next year. Reporting live here along Aurora Avenue, Tyler Cunnington, KOMO News.
Tyler, appreciate the